On behalf of Mumo Systems, I want to thank you for installing Abacus. Whether you're running it on the production level or just evaluating it for the first time, we're happy you're here. Abacus calculates fields within your Jira and allows project administrators to create and maintain formulas for their own projects. To access Abacus inside a project, you need to head to the project settings. Once installed, Abacus can be found as an option in the sidebar. You may need to activate Abacus when you first access it in your project, but once a formula is saved, it will stay active in the project. On the main page, you will find options for the formulas and the execution plan. Formulas allow for the creation of calculations that can be performed within your projects, and execution plans decide when and under what conditions the formulas will enact on the fields you choose. In order to better understand Abacus, I'll break down the formulas by their type and explain the components of each. Let's start by looking at numeric formulas. Numeric formulas are used to create almost any numeric formula using mathematical expressions. Keep in mind at least one custom field of type text or numeric is required for the result. The 4 widgets listed within this formula type are generic for basic number calculations between fields, increment for incrementing a field through addition or by a factor, or decrementing a field through subtraction, subtask rollup to issue for applying a function to a single numeric field from your subtask custom field and storing the results in the parent issue, and issue rollup to epic for applying a function to a single numeric field from your issue custom field and storing the result in an epic. Next, we'll cover date formulas. Date formulas function to add or subtract durations to your date fields within Jira. Keep in mind a minimum of one custom field of type date time is required for the formula and another of type text is required for the results. The 2 widgets within this formula type are date plus or minus duration, used for the purpose of adding and subtracting durations in date fields, and date difference, used for the purpose of calculating the absolute difference between 2 date fields within an issue. The last formula type we'll cover are duration formulas. Duration formulas are used for the purpose of creating mathematical expressions based on duration fields. Keep in mind for this formula type, at least one custom field of type text is required for the results. The 4 widgets within this formula type are duration sum for the purpose of adding 2 duration fields together, duration multiplier for the purpose of multiplying duration fields with a numeric field, subtask rollup to issue for summing up a single duration field from your subtask custom field and storing results in the parent issue, and issue rollup to epic for summing up a single duration field from your issue custom field and storing the result in an epic. The great thing about formulas is that they can be easily and securely shared with one or more projects. Once a single formula is saved, you'll have the opportunity to share it with other projects by clicking on the share button here and typing in the name of the project or the projects you want to share it with. Or you can click the check mark labeled Share with All to share the formula with all projects in your Jira. The formula must then in turn be adopted by the other projects in order to be used. It is important to note that if a formula is to be shared between projects, they must have fields referenced within the formula available within their issues, or else you will see this error. As great as formulas are, they would be useless without an execution plan. Execution plans define when or if a formula will run. They do this by using triggers. These triggers listen for Jira events and then prompt the formula to run. These events can range from an issue being created to a comment being made. Execution plans can optionally use conditions. Utilizing JQL, these conditions refine the triggers once the appropriate Jira event has enabled the execution plan. This helps to more tightly control when the formula is run. Execution plans can also utilize actions that will allow the plan to run another formula immediately after running the formula the execution plan is connected to. There are a few things to keep in mind about the function of Abacus as you begin to create formulas. The first is that if a formula allows you to reference a custom field during the creation, this can be done by using an @ symbol. Keep in mind that all custom fields you wish to use in a formula must be added to your project's create and edit screens. By either pressing the @ symbol button to the right of the text box or typing it in manually, a drop-down menu will appear from which you can pick and choose fields within your project to use. If you do not see the field you are looking for, it may be that Abacus has not yet detected it. To update the list of fields available in the formula, simply navigate to the drop-down menu with the gear icon and click the option labeled Refresh Custom Fields. After this, the field you are looking for should now be available. If at any time you need to delete a formula, this can be done by clicking on the formula name underneath its formula type and selecting the red button labeled Delete. This covers the basic function of the Jira plugin Abacus. If you have any questions or feedback, you can email into our support desk by clicking this link here. The documentation for Abacus, including more detailed instructions, can be found at the link below this video, as well as the link to the video playlist involving focus tutorials for all formulas available within Abacus. Thank you for watching and have fun calculating your Jira.